Well, hello, everybody. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. I did. I had a pretty sweet day. First time in a while, but I did. Oh, no, that doesn't. No, that's not. What the hell was that? Oh, I'm so. There we go. It says copy. Hey, bro. Yeah, I had a pretty sweet day on several different things. Um. Oh, what was I gonna say? Just 9:30 at night. And I still hadn't got my chores done. Shit. I'm not gonna be up here very long. I can't do it. I can't do an all night or anything like that. So, but I'll shoot the shit for a minute. Absolutely. Mm, yes, sir. Um. Uh. Now, where should I begin? Um. Where to begin? Hey, who is Chloe Caldwell Free BJ's? Oh, is that TC's daughter? I don't know anything about that shit, man. I don't know anything about it. Oh, I got a guest. Here we go.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Not much. You already getting us some trolls in here?
Yeah, I don't know who Chloe called. I don't know who that is even.
I don't know. I hadn't looked down there. I heard you saying something.
Is that something to do with TC? Maybe because isn't he
I don't
Terry
know, dude.
Caldwell?
Yeah, well, yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that. I don't know. Man, it's got out of hand. I think with all them motherfuckers, they've lost their damn
Yeah,
mind.
it's been a while since I fucked with them. I mean, I don't know if they do that with
I
me.
I I
But
don't go there. I don't have no interactions with them, but they
no, me
still on
either.
my ass. I got people telling me, "Hey man, they're still fucking calling you out, calling you this, calling you." I said,
Yeah,
"I don't care.
yeah, me too.
I'm not replying. I'm not playing their game."
Yeah, I mean,
Really.
to be honest, now TC was going live every. It's been going live every night. And you notice there's never more than 10 or 15 people watching. It's the same 10 or 15 people. And
Rehashing the same old shit
yep,
over and over and over. I don't
yeah.
know.
And you know,
I moved on, bro.
you say one wrong thing and they go, oh, they want to ostracize you. Okay, well, that's why you only have 10 people. Because you guys live in your own little,
Oh Lord, they
what
don't
do they
make
call it?
mistakes.
What are the
They
echo
don't make
chambers?
mistakes, dude.
Oh, yeah, they don't make mistakes, my
They're
ass.
perfect.
Yeah, they're not perfect.
Send Betty a DM or something and let her know you live.
Okay, I'll try. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Yeah. I got to work tomorrow. I usually don't go live on a.
Saturday.
No, not a Saturday. Just a day that I have to work the next day, or a night that
Yeah.
I have to work the next day. So, but I was feeling pretty good, so I figured why not.
Look like the Knicks is gonna slip in there, huh?
Are they? I don't know.
They were playing what was it, the
The Pacers.
Pacers?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Pacers were up like 3 games to 1 or 3-2 or something like that, and
But I think
I thought
New York's coming back or something. I read something about
I
they had the
I think they're
momentum.
playing. I think they're playing right now. To be honest,
Yeah, might pull it up and see what's going on with them because that's going to be interesting if Knicks get into the finals. Hmm. And damn, Australia coming in good tonight.
I just closed out of like 10 apps I had open. I didn't even know I had open.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to actually. What I need to start doing is reminding myself to close out of all my apps, restart my phone, and do all this before going live. But no, I just it's like what do they call the instant shoppers there or at the checkout line? There's a Snickers bar. Let me get that too. Impulsive
Yeah,
buying.
yeah.
That's
One,
basically I like do impulsive impulsive shows.
like impulsive shopping.
Impulsive podcast.
Damn,
Mm.
Australia's coming in strong. We got that major solar storm going on right now.
Oh,
Uh,
Betty said she was gonna join or something. I don't know, but I'll wait for her.
yeah,
I haven't
she's
talked to I haven't talked to Betty on a live stream in quite a while. I like talking to her actually. She actually can. I mean, I know her voice isn't the most appealing in the world, but the stuff that comes out of her mouth is good shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and
man.
she,
I've
like
been
one time
talking to her for. She's a little brainiac, dude.
This was back when we were all back with TC, and then I
Yeah,
fucking said something to her, and she got all mad at me. I'm like, I'm doing my job. If I'm saying some shit that's pissing you off, I think I'm doing something
yeah,
right. But I think she got a good kick out of it because she not like I'm not like that to everyone like all day long to you.
yeah.
I mean, like I got this guy at work, right? I razz the fuck out of him, but on the flip side, I'll
Mm-hmm.
talk to him about this or that, like, and yeah, he gets super like he tried to rat me out, but my boss just fucking ignored him,
Laughed
fucking
at him.
walked away or some shit. That was great. But I mean, hey, if you knew me in real life, man, you can ask the old David King Nine, fucking dude. I would rather, man. I never really did it with him as much as I should have. God damn, if I could go back in time, I'd fucking razz the hell out of that motherfucker.
I was just thinking back like the old days with Gary Snowflake, all that funny shit, man.
Oh yeah, Gary was actually, and
He
I
was
got into it
hilarious.
with Gary, and you know what, Gary kind of, he didn't. I gave him some crap one time. I was like, I
Yeah.
think I said something like, you got to work on your, you got to work on your imitations or something like that. And he got
Oh,
all
that pissed
pissed
him
off
off.
about it. He got all
Yeah,
pissed off about it. I'm like, bro, okay, you can get pissed off if you want, you know. I'm like, man, I'm just telling you like it is. I mean,
yeah.
because
I
he was
noticed
like,
that about Gary. He didn't like to be criticized too much.
no, no.
He
I mean,
liked
he was
he
funny.
liked adulation. He loved, people telling him how great his stuff was.
Yeah, well, I ain't like that.
No, but he was really talented as that. But that ain't an excuse to be an asshole to everybody.
No, and this was kind of early on. This was very early on
Yeah.
when him and the emo thing really started to take off.
Right.
And we were in like a golden eyes stream or some stupid stream like that.
Yeah.
I was like, and I did. I point blank. I said, "Here, you got to work on your imitations or uh, voiceovers or whatever he was doing." And I don't know the exact wording, but and he
You
got
just
bent
throwing
out
a
of
little
shape.
put down on him. That's all.
He got bent out of shape,
Yeah.
and then after that, just like everybody else, oh, Becca's a sweetheart, and DDT's an asshole. You
Yeah.
know, this
Yeah.
kind of. But hey, man, I used to run like I don't do. To be honest, I don't even mess with nobody, dude. I am focused at work and shit. I don't.
Yeah.
And then
You
when I
ain't got
come home,
time. You ain't got time to waste on fucking the people.
I mean, I used to have the time. It was good
Yeah.
while it lasted. You know, I mean, running
Well, I
a
think.
liquor store that you know
Yeah.
wasn't
But the
super
thing
busy,
was
and I could play on my
back.
phone all day and respond to
Yeah.
people and everything.
But back in the day when we were doing that shit and it was kind of in vogue, it was because a lot of us was fucking trapped in our houses and shit. And you remember the COVID crap?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, people turned on each other back then just because everybody was agitated, mad because of the damn virus and shit. And I think it drove a lot of it at that time. And I think, it's kind of over with. I mean, you don't see hardly anybody doing that shit except TC and his crew and a couple others.
I mean, look, I'd love to do that shit, but it doesn't pay the bills, man. I got to do shit that pays the bills, you know?
Right. Another thing is you can't eat steak every night or king crab legs every night or lobster every night. You wear the subject out and you'll wear your audience out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times can you hear the same shit about us? I ain't even gonna say a person in particular, but just somebody they pick out and then they brag like they're bragging me. But they don't understand. They're wasting their fucking time. I was in the Navy, man. That's the ultimate psychology school of fucking with people because you got time on your hand and the
Yeah,
motherfuckers
yeah.
can't escape. It's like being in prison, dude. You
Oh,
can
really?
fuck with people's minds, dude.
Oh, no
We
shit.
met.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'll
I
tell
guess
you
I can
about one
see
of
it
them.
now that you mention it. Yeah,
I'll
you're
tell you
trapped
about
on a
one of
boat. Look, we trapped
I'll
on a
tell you
boat.
about. I'll tell. I'll tell you a little Navy story. You're gonna laugh your ass off what we did to this guy. All right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Oops.
I had to get something to drink.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. This is on my second ship, and we had done workups over here in Mayport, Florida, and we were getting ready to do our med cruise, right? And we had shit, 20, 30 guys in the division. It was big division on the aircraft carrier. They got too many people. Well, they had this little E4, and he was in his 30s, where like I was an old man and I was in my mid 20s, And this guy
Mm-hmm.
was in his 30s. And he was like the most I mean, personally, the guy was all right, but he did not have any interpersonal skills to deal with uh, managing people, supervising people.
Uh huh.
Uh, he was like the only thing I can tell you who and he did the things that this cat did. Did you ever watch much of that MASH TV show? Or
Oh,
was it before
Mash.
you? Yeah, MASH. Was it before your time?
Yeah, I know about Mash, man. My grandpa watched it because he was in Korea.
Okay.
So I don't know, he got hooked on it. And I was a young kid, and
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this guy is just like the same psychological profile. Did the same exact things as Frank Burns. You remember, what is it, Captain Frank Burns and Hot Lips Houlihan? And he was always selling everybody out to suck up to the colonel. Yeah, yeah. And I'm talking about the first colonel, not the second Potter. The first guy, McLean Stevenson.
oh,
Uh,
I don't. Oh man, dude, I
the first guys that were in there. And anyhow, he was like the ultimate stab you in the back and then try to think he was getting brownie points. But see, in the Navy, it's kind of like being in jail or penitentiary. Snitches don't last long, right?
oh Jesus, guess what?
What? Somebody's here?
David wanted up here.
Oh, fuck him. Because he's going to come interrupt my story. Let me tell my story
Yeah,
first.
tell your story, and then I'll bring his dumb ass up.
And then I'll have
Finish
to
your.
leave
I want to
because.
hear the story.
All right. Anyhow, now you got a little picture of the type of person I'm talking about, Frank Burns. All right. This guy would fuck with us for no reason except he had one step up in the chain of command. He was, an E4 and we were lowly E3s.
Okay. Oh Jesus.
And see, an E4 is what they call the E4 Mafia. That is when you enter into the NCO, the non commissioned officers.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the lower end of the management pile. And these guys, some guys like me, I didn't give a fuck about it. But as soon as they got their chevron on their arm, these motherfuckers thought they were God's gift to the Navy and they were going to ride people's ass and all this shit. Well, you either going to have conflict and people ain't going to like you, or if you laid back like me and I let shit slide, but when I told them they had to do something and it had to be done right and there was a reason for it, they believe me and they do it. And but anyhow, this guy would fucking stab his own crew in the back. And so we started fucking with him when we got underway. And you're assigned different jobs, not just what you was trained to be, but you have other shit to take care of and
Of
clean.
course,
Right.
it's like
So,
any other job, right?
right. Well, see, we were assigned a couple passageways in what they call officers' uh, country. They have like the bright blue tile, and they just have a different. When you go into their area, the berthing areas, the food, their offices, they have blue tile, and it's you got to polish that motherfucker to a mirror, right? And
Yeah. Okay.
you got admirals walking through here, and I mean it's fucking flag country, is what you
Sure.
call it,
Yeah. The white glove.
right? So this guy started fucking with us. Now we had, it's hard to fuck with somebody, and it ain't too fucking bright when your responsibility is your guys cleaning the admiral's passageways. Understand?
Yeah.
And we decided, well, we can't fuck him through the chain of command, but we'll make this motherfucker lose his mind. So he would
Who? The
come in.
admiral?
No, 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 no. This
Oh,
dude,
the
I'm
guy
talking
in
about
charge
Frank
of
Burns. Yeah.
the guy in charge of doing all
Oh
this.
yeah, the guy in charge of us, our immediate boss.
Had
This
the
is how
middleman.
stupid he was, man, because
Had
this
the
is how
middleman.
stupid he was, man,
Had
because
the middleman.
he didn't understand reverse psychology and shit.
Mm,
So
he was
he's
like
got a
15 years old.
no. I'll give you a
No, he
clue
had
on
the
his.
he had the mentality of a 15-year-old in a 35
No,
year
no,
old
no, no,
body.
no, 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 no. It's worse than that.
Oh, geez, worse. Shit, I mean,
What is the worst liberal arts degree there is on the planet?
probably
It's totally
philosophy,
useless. No, no, no. You can get a
history.
job.
What?
History, you can get a job teaching that shit.
Yeah, yeah. What's worse than those two? Oh, Jesus.
Totally
Underwater basket
useless.
weave. Gender studies.
Oh, you was close. Basket weaving. What's associated with basket weavers?
Underwater basket weaving.
No, no, no. What's a
Art. Art.
co-craft of that type?
Art.
No, pottery.
What? Pottery.
He had a master's degree in pottery. You know where he
Okay.
was working for? He went in the Navy. The guy with a master's degree in pottery. He was a fucking character at Disney
That's
World in Orlando.
fucking pottery. Well, go make some fucking pottery and make your billions. Goddamn, dude.
Chinese
What the
done
fuck you
took
doing
care
in
of
the
that
army?
shit.
You
But
should
anyhow,
run to Canada.
this guy was fucking nuts, man, and he was in charge of us, and he's like fucking with us and shit and ratting on us to the chief. And we was like, okay, motherfucker. So every morning he would come in and we would have what they call a muster where the whole division gets together, right? The whole group. And
Yeah.
like your chief, your head senior enlisted, and maybe your division officer will tell you what is called the pod, the plan of the day, what your assignments are, what you got to do. But you have these regular duties like polishing the floor and cleaning the bright
Hmm.
work. And you do that first before you go do other little tasks. So anyhow, we're assigned a certain place, and it's his job to make sure this place is clean, right?
Hmm.
And spotless. And it's on his ass.
Hmm.
So he would come by, right? And tell us what to do, and he might walk, and then he'd go take off and go to the mess decks and drink coffee or whatever. And just fucking a dirtbag. He wouldn't help his guys out or anything, hang with them or help them go get shit or nothing like that. He was, like I tell you, a prick.
He was the inspector, and then like he didn't even like.
Once he made 84, he wasn't gonna touch shit. He thought he was too good for it. What I
Oh,
should say.
one of them like wouldn't
Right,
even
right.
like
As
pick up a
instantly as he
rag
got his
and.
job raised, he don't remember you motherfuckers, and he don't touch nothing. And he was one of them. We was like, okay, motherfucker. I'd come from a rougher ship than his, and I told them guys I was kind of new to the ship. I said, man, I said this motherfucker keep fucking with us. I said I'm gonna show y'all how to fucking fuck his world up.
So what'd
And
you do?
all right, what I did was I'd tell the guys, okay, we would clean the passageways. He would come and inspect it, right?
Yep.
He thought everything was cool. He would haul ass. Well, there's a first class that's watching him, right? So he'll come around too.
Hmm.
This is how important this fucking doing this
I get it.
job.
I
Yeah, it
get
was
it.
very, very important. And a lot of heads could roll. So anyhow, he'd inspect it. And then before the first class come, we'd throw shit out like trash and, it just,
Just messy it up a little bit. Yeah.
and we would just be standing around waiting. And they would go, first class going, what's going on here? Well, we're waiting for, I forgot what his name was, but Petty Officer so and so. He hasn't come and told us what to fucking do, or, he didn't tell us to start a job. If y'all want us to start cleaning, we'll clean. So, see, right then, we just put it in his ass right there. Dereliction of duty. He wasn't taking care of his job. So, we started shit like that, fucking with him, fucking with his
Mm.
mind.
I mean, you
And
can do that with younger people's, I think, but like my current boss, he's your age, so I'm not gonna
No,
do
no,
that
no,
to
no.
him,
I'm just,
but
I'm just telling you
I
how
understand what you're saying.
I'm telling you the mind fucking culture I come out of, and TC and them think they can fuck with me, and it's a joke. But anyhow, we're going across the Atlantic. We're heading into the Mediterranean, and we kept making him look bad, various things, and that motherfucker within about 2 weeks started talking about he was gonna kill himself. And I had this friend from Arizona. They called him Tiny. This motherfucker was about 6'7", weighed about 350, and wasn't no fat on him. He was a giant, big Swede. And one day Scott said, "Man, you say that one more time, we're gonna hang you off the old 10 level, which is 100 feet off the flight deck." And about a day or two later, that motherfucker popped off something like that. We grabbed him and hung him over the thing with his head pointed down on the flight deck, 100 feet up. One guy was Scott was holding one leg, I was holding the other. And I was telling him, "Look, motherfucker, if you want to die, you want to commit suicide, we'll assist you in every way we can. We'll help you." I said, "Just tell me yeah, and we'll let your ass go." That motherfucker started screaming. He pissed on himself, screaming, bring me up. I don't want to die. I'll never say I want to die." He had a complete nervous breakdown. The last time I seen him, he disappeared out of our work group. And I seen him down by sick bay walking around with a fucking IV bottle and one of them IV hangers that you can walk around with, a roller.
Yeah.
Yeah. He I didn't see it. I missed it. We was in Toulon, France, and he got his hands on. I don't know how he got his hands on, but he toothache or something. He had a bottle of Tylenol threes with the codeine,
Mm.
and he tried to take them all and die.
No, that's no good.
Well, anyhow, it wasn't enough to do him in. So he was in his little berthing area, his little rack area. And this other guy, he was sitting there writing a letter to his girlfriend sitting on the floor, and he noticed that these curtains started kicking in this dude's fucking rack. And he said he had his that was back when you had Walkmans, and he had a Walkman on. So he didn't hear anything. He was just writing, looked up and seen the curtains move and kept on. Finally he seen a leg and an arm, and it was like the way it come out, it was on the both ends of the thing, like you're doing a touch your toes type deal, but you only got 6 inches of about head space in your rack because there's another rack above you. It's real tight.
Oh, kind of like jail.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, jail sucks. Fucking
so
hate jail.
this guy said it dawned on him what he was seeing, and he flipped and he pulled the curtain back, and this motherfucker had flipped. Uh Trying to get out of his rack. Somehow he flipped and he got his head and his hands down where his feet was, like he was touching his toes.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he pulled the motherfucker back, his eyes, his big bulged out. And he said this fucking green shit come flying out of his mouth, projectile vomit. So they took him to sick bay, and they found out he was, fucking gone nuts and shit. And they had him on liquid Valium, and he was just walking around. He didn't even know who he was. It was like they had snatched his brain. And I don't know. They got him off the ship while we was in France and flew him back home. So if TC thinks they can fuck with my mind, go after it. They'll be doing it for the rest of their lives. I mean, we fuck with people where you literally they want to kill themselves. I should be talking about it, ain't. But I mean, that's
So
what you do.
you want to
That's
hear
what
some
you
good
do
news?
out of sheer boredom, man, on the ship.
You want me to tell you some good news?
What?
I got two good newses.
What's
I
that?
don't know. I only have two watchers. Ah,
Who's two watchers?
is that Oh, 3 watchers.
Oh, look here. They call me the Navy janitor.
Yeah, I saw
Who's
some.
Trash Ward Wizard?
I don't know who that is. It's some.
It's
Yeah, I
Rick
see
Critter.
them. Yeah, I was reading all that. I don't know.
Oh, that's one of the fucking Gimp squads. That's some of TC's fucking idiots.
Oh, okay. And then, well, I got Pookie's Cuckold in here,
Yeah.
which it's got to be a anti TC channel, and I don't know who One Bad Mama Jamma is.
Oh no,
Who-
those are probably some good people, man.
yeah, no, I'm not saying
I
they
don't
aren't.
know who one bad Mama Jamma is, but that's all right.
I don't. Oh, it's Dave, idiot. He says, "Oh, it is."
It's
Yeah.
it's
What?
Dave.
What's a pickle barrel story? I don't know what the fuck he's talking
I don't
about.
know. What's a pickle barrel?
Dave, why don't you join panel and we can talk about this because I got some super awesome news, and I'm not reading your backdoor chats. I'm not gonna read
Yeah,
any.
we're too
No, they just
fucking.
keep popping up, and I go look, and I'm like, okay.
Dave ain't here, dude.
No, well, he's gonna have to join the guest button for me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, as long as he behaves himself, I hope he took his meds and everything. I don't want you jumping off no fucking bridge after I talked about making a motherfucker try to commit suicide.
Hey, here, I'll tell you a story how to get Dave to come up on panel.
Mm-hmm.
He's this big World War II freak, right?
Right.
Big time World War II freak. Everybody's known it for fucking a decade, but he won't play me in a game of Axis and Allies. It's like this World War II game. You got little tanks and soldiers
Yeah.
and battleships and aircraft carriers and everything. And you got all these rules and the shit. But he
Yeah.
won't play. He never played me in it. I got the whole game,
What's
and
that
he
damn
wouldn't
World
even play
War
me
II
in it.
thing?
He wouldn't
Uh,
play me in it.
my buddy
Dave.
down the street, he's got one of them goddamn $8,000 gaming computers, custom made, and he
Mhm.
does that. That World War II with the surface fleet, with the naval ships fighting the Japs and stuff.
Good chat.
I don't know what the game's called, but I'm not a gamer, so I don't know much about it.
No. This is the actual board game, like Risk or Monopoly.
Oh no, man! I'm talking about
Yeah,
one of
dude, he
them
wouldn't
goddamn
play me. I'm
computers.
like, come on, Dave. I didn't bring you out of here, out of San Diego for nothing. You're the big World War II guy. And then he never played me the whole time he was here.
You,
Never played me once. What a
he wouldn't even
fucking.
play. He
Come
wouldn't
on,
even play
man.
Battleship, would he?
Dude, like, I would have totally not drank that night or something. Like, come on, man. Entertain me. He just laid on the couch. He didn't even want to get up and play me in the game of Axis and Allies.
Could he even
Dave, you
play
gonna come up here
checkers?
and defend yourself or just look like a dipshit?
Is
Come on,
he?
man. You're the
Is
big
he?
World War II guy. He's older than me. He has no excuses in the world.
Come on, baby Q.
None.
Come on up.
No, he ain't gonna come up now. Now that I called him out.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah, but this guy is fucking. He's into that damn gaming shit. That
remember
World
that
War
guy?
II crap.
Remember that guy GD?
GD.
Remember
Oh, the one
GD?
over GG.
That yeah, that used to fuck with Joey and shit, and then he did it like a U-turn, and he was always like, "Never go up on panel when they call you up on panel." Like,
Oh,
so like I believed it for a minute, but like for an instance, like right now, when I call up Dave and he doesn't come up, bro, dude, that's the opposite. So GD's
uh,
whole shtick on that, or whatever you
yeah.
want to call it, is obsolete. It's
Well,
null. It's nil.
that's what I was talking about. This what's
You're
it
not
called?
backstage, man. Come on, man. You're not backstage. I would see you right now if you were backstage. So that's a lie.
I've been wrapped up with that Foodie Booty. She fucked up over in Kuwait. I knew she was going to.
Hey, what's up with Girl World, man? That
And
shit
they going
like
crazy,
they got
man.
really big, didn't they?
I've been telling everybody. I told TC and them this is the hottest thing going. And they've been following this fat girl, Foodie Booty, man. She's been all Canada,
Uh,
and then she went to Kuwait, and she
yeah.
bought her a raghead husband, and they were running a fake marriage scam. Well, see over there, those cultures do not like the impression that they have a society of poor people or beggars. They want to project being very, wealthy. They are a wealthy nation, but there's no middle class. You either fucking got a ton of money or you poor as a fucking church mouse. It's one of those societies.
David's
And
David's pretty poor.
well, if he would have
Richer
got a
than you,
job,
motherfucker.
he might have had something.
Richer than you, motherfucker.
Bitch, I just
Yeah.
bought a 75-inch
Hello?
TV
Amen.
today. I That was my good news. I wanted to tell everybody. I bought a 75-inch TV today. 75 inches. Oh, see,
Jesus,
he dropped.
you what you
He
gonna do?
dropped.
Watch the playoffs?
No, it was on clearance. It's an LG. It's a good TV.
Hell yeah, I got a LG. You gonna put it? You got it in the house and set up?
I got it. It's still in the box. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
put it in the living room or put it in my bedroom yet. So, but
Kind of
no,
curious
yeah,
how
75-inch,
a big Jeep.
$475. It was originally 1,200.
Damn. But
Yeah,
I wonder what it's gonna look like, man, when you're watching like a basketball game or a sporting
Hello?
event.
I know. I know, right?
Hello?
Yeah. Can we help you?
Can you hear me?
Um, what do you need?
Okay, you can't hear me, smart ass.
Can I help you?
Raspadanya, Comrade Coon. He was a maid.
Comrade Cooney called
He,
you.
he was a fucking major, not a goddamn captain.
Oh,
Who?
you talking about Frank
Oh, nobody
Burns?
gives a fuck. Come on, man.
Or
What? Some guy
Oh,
on
that's
MASH?
right. But
It's
hey,
a TV show. Who
but the
cares?
or in
beginning of the
SS
TV
rank, he
show,
would
he
be
was a captain, and he kissed
Oberstundattenführer.
he kissed ass to get his fucking oak cluster.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit, like Rick Rude. So what? And
Cool man, this guy was like,
all I
"Did you
was
watch
telling
the
you is
latest episode of Hogan's Heroes?" I'm like, "No,
all
no,
I
I
was
didn't
all
watch
I was upset about is you got the
I used
rank
to watch
wrong.
it when it come on for real, like the first seasons and shit.
That's David's favorite show, Hogan's Heroes."
Yeah, I like that Gestapo major. He's always like 2 seconds away from having a fucking brain aneurysm.
Uh,
And believe me there, Derek, if I could send both of you to the Russian front, I would try to make that happen.
yeah, I'm
What
sure
do you
you
say,
would, because you
Raccoon
can't
Man?
even play me in no
Hey,
Axis and
Raccoon Man.
Allies,
This
dude.
is this
How
is
about
this
me?
is a Hitler, man. We got a little Hitler
Yeah,
How
thing.
about you and me go to fucking Ukraine and kill us some fucking commies? How about
I
that?
ain't killing
I'm
Come
pretty
nobody.
on,
busy
badass.
doing my own thing
Come
over
on,
here, man. I
badass.
don't
Sit
I'm
behind a
minding my
little
own
control
business,
panel with your
dude.
fucking mop
mind
and
my own
scissors.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
peacetime
You go over
food
there,
like fucking
have fun,
Nemesis.
man. I'll send you a
I got.
postcard or
Why
something.
is it I got
Go
more
over there to
fucking
the
combat
gut and hang out
experience
with
than you
him.
there, Chief Lakey?
Chief Lee, don't you cuss that man.
Actually, I got a serious question for you. Hey, did you ever know when you were in? Did you ever know a Chief Lenhart? Short guy, maybe about 5.
Are you serious? How the fuck would I run across
I
somebody
don't know.
like that?
You're in the fucking Navy with Popeye. You can take
Oh
you
God.
could be on Crudy's cabin cruiser. Maybe he'll
Oh
make you the
shit.
cabin boy. I just Hey, is have you figured out if Trump cares about you or not yet?
It doesn't matter if he cares about me.
Okay, he if he could get a fucking nickel out of your death, he'd probably do it. I'm just saying. Like I said, I probably give more fucks about you than that piece of shit. And I'm not saying that just because he's fucking Trump. He's a fucking sexual predator. He's a piece of crap, just like fucking Chomo Biden and Chomo.
David, did you really ask him about some sergeant? Like it was a first grade classroom or something? Like, come on, man. There's hundreds of thousands of people in the Navy. I mean, come on, dude. He's
No,
gonna know everybody that was in the Navy.
Millions.
Do you want to teach him that there are no sergeants in the Navy? That I was talking about a chief.
I don't know what the hell you were mentioning, dude.
He knows what a fucking chief is,
It
and he
doesn't
knows about
matter, man.
he knows about the coffee cup claw and all that happy shit, huh?
Yeah,
You know
oh,
about
yeah.
that?
Yeah,
I
I
know
know
about
all
that.
about it. I don't care no more. They don't pay my bills.
Yeah, it does. The Navy pays your fucking bills. Somebody does. Government does somewhere, just like my fucking bills. You made a contract with the government, and so did I, and now they're paying up. You need to get on board there, Grandpa, and I'm talking about you, Derek.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna connive the army and say, "Oh, my dad got soiled with Agent Orange and I'm all fucked up over it," and get a lifetime disability check like
There's
you,
a lot.
you fraud.
There's
You're
a
a
lot of
fucking
listening to
fraud,
some
man.
folks.
Come on, dude.
Okay, yeah,
Oh
whatever.
yeah, like your dad's
Well,
semen got all
why don't
fucked
you go
up
tell
because
that to the
he
federal
got hit
judge?
with some Agent Orange.
Why
And
don't you go tell
and
that
there
to the
even there's
federal
not
judge?
even any proof of that, dude. You never even provided any
Yeah,
receipts.
sure there is. Go check out Miramar
No,
National Cemetery. My
no, you
father's
didn't.
there.
What is there like a big AO there or something? Agent Orange? Is
You're
there
an
something like that on his
idiot.
tombstone?
Have you had any Fireball today?
What about
I'm
like
asking
a
you, have you had any
no? Because
Fireball?
I just
Have
went to my
you
grandpa's
had
funeral and he
Hey,
has a
is Raccoon
it's
Man your
got
surrogate grandpa now? Is
PS
he gonna
for
leave
Purple
you something
Star
when he
and
dies?
BS for Bronze Star.
Your
He
World
was a
War II
Bronze Star.
grandpa
What
leave
did
you
your dad
anything?
do? Your dad,
Did
see,
your
now
Florida
look at we're
grandpa
fighting
leave you
over whose
anything?
dad was better or whatever. He's so
Huh?
dumb, dude.
Did
David,
your
come on, man.
did your Florida grandpa leave you anything?
Um, yeah, I got some stuff.
Yeah, what'd you get? Some sweaters and
No, I got this.
maybe an electric blanket or something?
No, after after he
After
retired and everything, he got
after
into woodworking, and he built this. It's a really nice little like a shot glass case, and I got that. But really, dude, he was 94. There wasn't any money left. He
but
was
your
living
other
in a
grand
group home and shit.
your
You,
dad's dad was a
David, what?
I was talking about your dad's dad, Scott. His dad, the millionaire, only left you $300, and you've always been pissed off about that.
Yeah, that was his great granddad. No, that
Whatever.
was his granddad. It was my great granddad. And yeah, well, I
Well,
mean,
how
fucking
come the
shit
World
rolls
War?
downhill.
Why didn't
It is
why
what it
didn't
is,
the
dude. I haven't thought about that in about a
why didn't the
fucking
World War II grandpa leave you
5
like a
years.
samurai sword or something that was worth thousands?
Who? What?
The one that was in World War II. Remember, he was in the Pacific.
Um,
Didn't he leave you like some
no,
sort of
my
samurai
no, my dad's
sword
dad
or a
was a
Type
merchant
99
marine during World War
Arizona
II.
7.7
I just said that. I don't want to repeat myself. Did you hear me?
or Type 39 and
My
6.5 jack?
dad's father, Scott's father, was a merchant marine during World War II.
Oh,
Which means
okay.
they just were taking fucking shit over to England or whatever.
So he was showing U-boats their ass.
Well, no,
His ass.
who,
Okay, I get it.
dude?
He was like that one
That was like
fucking
the only
guy.
job to do back in the day. You idiot! Come on,
Remember
man.
that Raccoon
There was
Man would
no
know this.
McDonald's and
You remember
WalMarts and
Clinton's?
shit back then. Come on, man. That
You
was all
shut
you
up.
could do.
Just drink some beer and let me talk to Raccoon
Okay.
Man about Clinton's friend,
Well,
the
you know
fucking
what?
merchant marine that
Go talk about Clinton. That's what
got
fucking floats your boat. Fucking
to go sit in
lord.
Arlington National Cemetery for what, 4 years?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
And he was
Look, what
Clinton's
nurse?
friend, the merchant marine. You don't really know much, do you?
Truman.
You didn't even know.
Truman Capote.
What do you mean I don't
Shut
know
the
much?
fuck up, man. What nursing home are
Bitch,
you
if
in?
I didn't know anything,
What
how
fucking
come you
nursing home
didn't
you in,
try to play me in
Grandpa?
Axis and Allies? Huh?
I
Tell
didn't.
me that.
I'm sorry, Derek, that
Riddle me this.
upsetting your boyfriend. I
Riddle
really
me
am.
this, Mr. Marine Man. Come on.
That motherfucker Truman
Fucking
Capote. I
pansy.
guarantee it. I
Come on, man. You couldn't
guarantee
even
it.
play me one game. You
Motherfucker.
couldn't
You should
even play
watch
me one game. Even
Slaughterhouse
my little
Five,
brother
faggot.
put up way better fights than you ever did, dude. Jeez.
In
Yeah,
cold blood.
that's why you'd put your hands
Truman.
on Becca, but you won't put your hands on me. You'll just punch the wall.
No, because you
You'll
go call the
throw
cops.
shit.
You would go call the
Yeah, I
cops
was
for
gonna call
sure.
the. No,
And
I was.
then
Yeah,
he
you
went.
would. I know
Yeah,
you
after
would.
your fucking brain
You're a
was
little
laying
cop
in your
caller.
living
You're a
room,
little
motherfucker,
snitch,
after I
bitch.
took that kukri and
All
killed
right.
you with it.
I might have to bounce him from the show for just being a rat.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a rat.
You think
You're
so?
gone.
I think I might, man.
Fucking
Well,
You're
brandish
because
gone.
you're a
weapon
fucking
You're gone.
rat, dude.
Bye.
That's why I never did any of that shit with you.
You're a
Bye,
punk ass.
dude.
You're a rat. You're
Shut up,
just a little
Grandpa.
rat snitch.
I'm sorry I'm pissing off your
Snitch
little
bitch.
boyfriend here.
Snitch
It pissed me
bitch
off.
canine.
I know you're
That should be your new
65
name.
years
Why don't
old
you
because
change your
that's
name to
60
Snitch
in your
Bitch
name
Canine?
Your
as your
5 minutes
fucking
of
the year
fame
you
was
were
about
born,
up.
Mr. 65 years old. You enjoying that Social
So
Security?
what difference? What are you? 55. What that doesn't. Dude,
No, I'm
your
52,
insults are
motherfucker, and
terrible.
I'm in better
Goddamn.
health than both of you put together.
He's
David,
pathetic.
David. Come on,
You're
man.
you're pathetic.
You didn't
You're a
learn
badass
anything the
fucking.
whole time you
You're a
lived here.
9/11
You didn't
hero.
learn a
Watch
goddamn
pop
thing,
the
man.
camera on there,
Truman.
9/11
Truman.
hero.
Oh my God, he
You
didn't
think
learn
Truman.
you're
a
some
fucking thing
motherfucker with
living
some
Truman.
here.
You're
aircraft carrier that won't
overcompensating,
turn your
Truman.
fucking camera on. You're a pussy.
Okay,
Truman.
you know what? I think.
Fuck
Truman.
you.
Hold on, let me
You're
see if
just
I
Truman.
can't
fucking
just
cucks.
mute
You're a
him.
couple of cucks.
Hey,
Yeah.
go on.
Oh, he was calling us cucks.
What's the name of the group home he's living in?
Fucking Gaylord. Fucking Gaylord
Your
Express.
mama
I don't
said
know, dude. Jesus Christ. He's still talking. He doesn't know I muted him. I told him I muted him. But
AIDS Manor. That's
I'm
probably the
not
name of
mad.
it.
I'm not fucking muted, motherfucker.
I'll meet you. I can just bounce you next time if you don't shut the
Derek,
fuck up.
you need to stop being a fucking little girl. I mean, it's
Dude,
really pathetic,
you were the
dude.
one that wouldn't play me in a
You're
game of
pathetic.
Monopoly, for Christ's
That's a
sake.
whole
You
lot
wouldn't
of
play me
horse shit. You
nothing,
were
dude.
fucking drunk all the time, doing sexy chat with
Okay.
Manny
Oh,
and
wait a
fucking
minute. Time
bless
out.
your
Time out. Time
heart
out.
and
Let me
fucking
explain
Pinky
something to
Riley.
everyone.
He's
I was
like
sitting
Jack
there
in this
Let me
show,
with
like
explain it.
Rainbow
Let
Dream.
me explain something to everyone. David, you unmute. I will just kick you because.
fuck you, bitch.
Oh, okay,
Bye.
here
I'm
we
not
go.
your
There we go. See how that works. Now he wouldn't let me talk
No,
because he
you
knows
don't
what I'm going to
want
say is right. What he knows is what I'm going to say is right
yeah.
and righteous and all this other shit, dude. Like I thought this guy had some better qualities when he showed up, but he couldn't even take the goddamn 12-pound dog outside to go to the bathroom for me when I was at work for 12 hours a day, paying all the bills, mind you. And I'm doing great now. Like I just said, I bought a 75-inch television today. And I got a date with a 21-year-old girl.
Oh,
So,
look out.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm the loser. Yeah, okay, David. Sure, buddy.
He's just a person that has give up, and he got to tear everybody down to make him feel good.
Yeah, he's sad. He's sad. It's
Truman.
it's funny because I'm the only one that gives him fucking room to speak, and then even there he fucking abuses it, and then I do something like I just did right now, like block him. Fucking
Because
I didn't block him, I just took him off the show, but
he deserves it because he uses the same tactics Rainbow does. Hijacks the show.
oh yeah. It's ridiculous. And you just can't have that when I mean, you think Joe Rogan would put up with that? No.
Fuck no.
No.
You have to have a back and forth.
Yeah. I like a good discussion and stuff, but you know, he don't want to bring that. He don't want to bring any of that stuff.
Well, you don't dare criticize him if you notice.
Oh yeah.
He explodes. He explodes. The minute I start calling him Truman Capote and shit, he loses his fucking mind.
You call him what? Truman what?
Truman Capote, the guy that wrote In Cold Blood, the movie, the old black and white movie. Didn't you ever see it?
No, I don't know. I don't think I ever saw that.
It had Beretta in it, man, as a killer, a psycho killer. What was his name? Ah, shit. He killed his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, or whatever
What
she
year
was.
was that?
It was in the '60s, man. It got a
No,
fucking,
yeah.
it got an Oscar, dude. It's a great movie. Watch it. It's called In Cold Blood. It's about two convicts that get out of jail, I think on parole, and this convict was telling Perry, that's the guy's name that Beretta is playing the character. He tells him that there's this rich family that lives out like in Kansas or somewhere out in the middle of fucking nowhere, you
Mm-hmm.
know, prairie country, little podunk town. Well, the guy was telling them a fucking lie. So they assumed that this guy, I think he had a grocery store or something, or a banker or something. They thought he had a ton of money because this guy said, I did work for him and he always paid me in cash. And he said, I bet he's got a huge stash of money in there. Well, these two dum dums takes off and goes all the way out to Kansas. Like, this is in California or somewhere, some pen over there. And they drive to the middle of the heartland. And this is the starting of the crazy killings and shit. These two were the first ones. They went and they killed this whole family, which was about 6 or 7, 8 people. Killed the kids, the little kids, killed them all, man. And they didn't. I think he had like maybe 30, 40, 50 bucks in his wallet, and that was it. And they killed him over that. And he killed the rest of the family trying to go after the supposed stash of money. And this cat from New York, he was writing essays and shit. You have to look him up. True Capote. They made a movie about him. I can't remember the guy's name, but he died overdose. So it's a three. He uses all three of his. He was the sound guy. If you ever seen that movie, Boogie Nights, the porn movie.
Mm, that
The guy with the tiny shirt with the big belly, and he wanted to suck his best friend's dick, and he was like, "No, man, I'm fucking straight, man. What's wrong with you?" But yeah, that's the guy that played that role, played in that movie, and it's fucking great. He got an Oscar, I believe, for playing Truman Capote.
hmm. No,
You
I want to
you
kind of
big
check that out.
literary guy. I figure you'd know all
I
about
like to
him.
sit down. You know what? I really don't have a problem sitting down and watching like an old 1950s or 1960s movie,
Yeah.
black and white or whatever. If it's got a good storyline and a good plot and everything, oh, I'm good to go. I'll do that.
Oh, this is a great movie, man, because you don't know what's going on except these guys driving in this fucking car across the country, and they pull up at nighttime and they go into this place. And I mean, these people were like sitting ducks. I don't even think the doors were locked, you know? That's
Hey,
how.
you remember the movie? It was something about the atom bomb. Uh, 1964, right in there. Uh,
Oh, it's a kind of comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Goddamn, what was the name of that movie?
Doctor
Um,
Strange Love. How I love to
yes,
love the bomb.
yes, that's it. That's it. That's
Peter
funny as hell.
Sellers is Doctor Strange Love. Where his hand goes out of
Peter
control and
Sellers.
shit.
It was Peter Sellers. Okay, I did. I don't know that, but
Yeah, it was Peter
that's what
Sellers
I'm
playing
saying.
Doctor
Movies
Strange.
like that, like they have a plot and everything, and it's just kind of old, crazy, and maybe that's why Twilight Zone is still popular because those shows.
That is probably one of the best written TV shows ever. Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
You ever read
So,
about the guy that wrote all those stories? What was his name? Rod Steiger? Or
uh,
he was the host at the beginning of the show, and he tells the little bit of the intro of the story and shit. He's the guy that wrote all those stories. Well, he was a veteran from World War II, and he was fighting down in one of them islands with the Japanese and shit. And these guys had gone through like two or three assaults on different islands and made it through, right? And his
mhm.
best friend that was sitting right beside him, a fucking coconut fell out the tree and hit him in the head and killed him. Fucked his mind up.
Fuck, you die from a coconut falling on your head.
What can they,
Uh,
man?
I don't know what to tell you at that point. I mean, that shouldn't kill a person. It
Dude,
really shouldn't. I
the
mean, what was it? 50
motherfuckers
feet up in the air or something?
they weigh like 4 or 5 pounds.
Okay, they're heavy as hell. I get it.
Yeah, and they're
What was it? 50
100 and something
feet in
feet
the
up in
air?
there. They're 100 and something feet up there, and they got enough momentum when they come down, they just break your neck.
I know, but a human skull is fucking.
Fragile. It's like an egg.
You think it's fragile?
It is from the top where it seamed together. It come down and hit him right in the top of the head and split it open right
Yeah.
in front of him. It fucked him up, man.
That reminds me of that. I think it was late '80s or '90s. The Nazi movie where the guy, the black guy, they put his they put his head on the curb and they curb stomped him. Uh,
I don't know.
Natural Born X, I think it was the name.
Uh,
It had Edward
oh,
Norton.
natural born killers.
No, not Natural Born Killers. It was American History X, and it had Edward Norton,
Yeah,
who was a pretty popular actor
I
at the
remember
time.
him.
No, that movie was kind of crazy, dude. Man, they were throwing some fucking crazy movies at us back then, dude. That turn of the century, Jesus. I mean, that movie was graphic. It was controversial. Ooh, all kinds of shit, man. Oh, so now they have this thing called black fatigue. I don't know if you've been getting any of those videos in your feed.
Mm-mm.
Like they're sick of fucking black people that run
Oh
through
yeah.
Walmart stealing shit, just running out the door with shit. And then and then there's the cop videos on top of it that are catching the people doing this. It's so fucking weird,
Oh,
dude. This
I've seen a
country is
few of those where it's usually the black women stealing out the stores,
yeah, and they're stealing makeup and all
and they'll
kinds of
stand there and
shit.
lie, and the guy's like, "Look,
Mhm.
you got
They're like, we
you
got you.
got shit from two Target stores." The woman in the back was taking the stickers off of it, the coupon or the the badge and shit, and stick it in the back seat. And the cop was like, "Look, you know how the back of a bucket seat has that little pocket that you can open up and put shit in." And the cop was like, and these motherfuckers steadily lying the whole time, handcuffed and everything. I ain't know nothing about them clothes. He said you was sitting on top of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, no, I get it. I get it.
I don't understand them. I don't understand it. That's a group of people that are so eat up with hatred about so many things, blaming everybody but the fucking selves for their
No, and
misery.
according to YouTube, you have like guys like Officer Tatum or,
Uh,
or just those kind of channels, the conservative
yeah,
twins and these kind of guys, and they're like, no, black people, we're not all like that. Like thirty,
no,
40% of us are not like that. It's the other
no.
50, 60%. And so it's like,
You
okay,
gotta
well, you stated
you,
something that was kind of obvious, and we already knew that, but
you,
and they're
it's
like, this is
and look,
ridiculous too. They're like, man, fuck, my taxes go up every time you guys rip shit off.
but the
Now I got to
thing
pay
is,
more at Walmart's.
well, see, I'm gonna tell you where this comes from. Uh, Prior to the '60s, 80 or 90%, I think it's in the '90s, black people were married, they were conservative, they owned their own businesses. And yes, just like whites and any other ethnicity, there's a percentage of no good, right? That
Yeah,
get in
yeah,
trouble, right?
ninjas.
Well, you just got a percentage. That's across the board. It ain't got nothing to
Mm-hmm.
do with color or people.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. Right, right, right.
all societies. Japan's probably one of the least criminal societies, but they still have it.
Well,
Uh,
China's not so much because
no, China's out and out a criminal, always been a criminal organization. They've been a band of thieves since, thousands of
they
years
they
ago.
they love to live under the communist banner, but you get
They're
in the back
capitalists.
alleys with them, and they are cutthroat. So fuck.
I don't deal. You don't deal with Chinese because one, it's
No, they
like
were
an
fight.
it's
I saw a video of them fucking killing each other over a fucking game of dice. I'm like,
oh yeah,
dude, I ain't going to China.
China's
I don't need
nuts,
to get
man.
wrapped up in any of that shit. And
But
I don't
like I was
care for their
saying
temples and
earlier,
all that other crap they have either. I really don't give a shit about China,
but this
believe it or
thing
not.
that you're witnessing was caused by the Great Society. They give black people, and I'm not putting them down, and I think it was intentional to entrap them, a certain percentage of them, to be their vote in public because they were going to buy their vote, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Most likely, hell no. There wasn't no welfare before the '60s, dude.
Okay,
Ask any
so
old timer. When they
yeah,
they
okay.
started
I
the federal welfare program, they targeted the minorities, especially the blacks.
That was Johnston.
Exactly. It's called the Great
Hmm.
Society, and I was about 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there when it went through. And uh, see, all the black kids I went to school with, all my friends, they had a mom and daddy. There was none of this fucking craziness you see now. And I'm telling you, this was fucking intentionally done on the black population for control of them. They wanted them. They wanted their vote. So what they did was they incentivized the women to become single and not rely on a man, because the Uncle Sam would give her welfare, give her food stamps. Then the next step in the program was every time she had children, she got more benefits. All right, they get trapped in a cycle. And once you break it up and you don't have people raising kids, which is what's happening now, you got chaos. And you always needed a daddy to, come whoop your ass. Well, mama ain't gonna do it that much.
Mm, no, no,
It ain't
yeah.
their nature, right?
Right.
So they they let shit slide. Well, the next generation, that's how they're raised. It gets worse and then worse and then worse, and they get trapped in a psychological prison that they don't believe they can do anything. It's always everybody else's fault because they're there, and you know. And not everybody buys it. A lot of them join the military, get the fuck away from it. They didn't buy that shit. But got a lot of stupid white people that buy people's shit. But anyhow, they destroyed their nucleus because prior to that, black families was extremely tight, extremely conservative. Uh, Probably had a higher ratio of going to church than any other,
Are
per
you talking?
capita.
Are you talking like shows like Good Times and The Jeffersons?
Dude, this is before all that shit. This shit didn't exist.
Okay, back in the yeah, no, they were
No,
like,
I'm talking in 65. Look, the states would have some type of little program, and it was a great shame. I'm sure your grandpa talked about, you never wanted to go on the dole or whatever and be living off public assistance. And, you
oh
know,
yeah,
you remember how they talked about it.
hmm
Well, they broke that barrier with this program where they found people found, wasn't no shame. Prior to that, everybody had shame and guilt, and they'd do anything, before they had to go to that route. And that was
hmm
usually if somebody got bad hurt on the job and the guy couldn't provide for the family. And
right.
yeah,
They would get
but
the exception. Sure, right. I get it.
the money went to the right causes. Well,
hmm
they took that part out by becoming the Uncle
Man, they
Sugar
kind of
Daddy.
stole that shit back in the day, but I guess because I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't that long, and next thing you know, you got women that are more than men and women more than capable of working, and they're just sitting around collecting fucking
This
government
is
money.
this is a design thing, dude. It's to bankrupt the country. What they're doing is every year there's more and more people climbing in the cart, and there's fewer and fewer people pulling the cart. See what I'm
Well,
saying?
hey, what do you think of Elon Musk stepping down?
He had to, dude. He only could work
Yeah, he really
120
could. I
days.
get it. I get it, man. He's got other shit he wants to go do. I
It's
get it.
institutionalized, though. He's done put the system together, and he's got the right people to implement it. You
Yeah.
see all the money they
And
found
Trump
in
gave him the key to the
software
White House.
scams
Trump gave him the key to the White House. He's like, come back anytime, come back anytime, my bro.
because Trump knows
Let's fix this
Trump
shit.
Trump knows when he endorsed him and Joe Rogan, that got him over the line and
I
took
didn't
all the
think it would
young
be like
votes.
100 days in, and he'd be like, "I'm done. I did my job." Like what?
Well,
Oh,
it's a federal law. He can only work in that type of capacity for the president X amount of days.
oh,
And
really? I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
there's a federal law. And
Okay.
uh, they said that from the very get go. He said, I'm going to be here for about 3 months. Then I got to go back and take care of what I used to take care of. But he said,
Okay. Okay.
when he said, when I leave, I'm going to have the right systems in place, the checks in the computer systems. And he said, I got the right people with the right power to keep track of what's going on. And y'all just be tight, man. Y'all gonna see some wild shit happening.
I'll tell you what, though.
People are going to jail, dude, over
You
some
know,
of this shit.
he grew up in South Africa, right?
No, he was born in Canada, Montreal or somewhere, Quebec, Montreal, somewhere up in
Uh,
there.
okay, but he
But
went and lived down there for a
his
while, right?
daddy had some type of job or something, and they went down there, and he got his education in South Africa. But I think he's a Canadian. Maybe.
Well, I think why he did all that is because America still has a constitution with the freedom of speech and freedom of the guns and all.
Well, he stood up for it. That's why he bought Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I
were
don't blame him.
censoring him when he was calling them out, and the government was censoring him. That forced his hand. He said, "I'll buy Twitter. I'll get rid of all these bums." And he said, "You'll be able to go and freely speak your mind, and there ain't gonna be any repercussions, and no word like YouTube. They're trying to censor what you say." So you got to use other code words to get by the algorithms. But
No,
back
he
to
kind of reminds me of like if Donald Trump had his brain, but he was 40 years younger. That's what Trump would do. He'd be like, "I'm gonna come in there, fix your shit, and then I'm just gonna step out." And I get it. I mean, goddamn, they're
he didn't.
billionaires. I have
They
no
can't
clue
be
what it's
bought,
like to be a
dude.
billionaire.
They can't be bought. They've dealt with money till money means zip to them,
Dude,
right?
I'd buy a $10,000 couch and just lay on it all day if I had that kind of money.
Donald Trump buy anything he wants.
I gained probably
And,
100 pounds.
and
I'd just be a big fat pig.
just think of it like chess. Donald Trump, he ain't worried about peon bullshit. He's the pyre. He's the bishop. He's the fucking king. You know, he's got all that shit going on with him. And how he kept score was how many fucking buildings he owned. Now, how many people you knew prior to the 80s that owned tons of buildings? Hardly anybody. It was kind of like a
Mm,
mom and pop deal, or
yeah,
it was family up in like in New
right.
York.
No, I get it. I get it.
He kind of blew it up on steroids doing the build. Well, what made him was he would take these burnout, derelict, buildings that they had quit using. City couldn't do nothing with them, and he would get a great deal on it. Then he would get a tax break to revitalize it,
Yeah.
and he took that formula and he just stepped up and he got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I read his book, man. Dude, I he might be on Elon's wavelength. I don't know, but I'm telling you, he's way above my fucking pay grade and wavelength because, like I said, who collects fucking skyscrapers? You know, think about it. He got tired of that. You know what he
Well,
started buying?
if you had the money, you'd be collecting them too, like because those
Well,
skyscrapers make you money.
well, right, but he got bored with that. So guess what? He started snatching up all the big money, hallowed PGA golf courses. Uh, he bought that one in Scotland. I can't remember the name of it, man. It was a big to do, but he spent like 60 million buying it. It's where they play the British Open. But yeah, yeah, over in England.
Well, I would assume it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, but it's not in England though. It's in Scotland.
Scottish yards or man, I
No,
don't.
no, no. It's just in Scotland, different place than England. But anyhow, he got a big one there over there. He's got that Doral down in Miami.
You want to hear something? I guess I could tell a story. Well, if you don't want me to tell it, I won't tell it.
Hang on, my phone dropped out. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay.
Anyhow, go ahead.
So David brought up my. He's my great grandfather. He was my dad's grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
I remember exactly what year he was born. He was born in 1913 because there was a few presidents that were born 1913, and then there was one president born in 1911, and so I know he was with the other ones. So he was born in 1913.
He was 4 years younger, older than my grandpa. He was born in 17.
Okay, so we live in Ann Arbor, home of U of M, right? Which I started looking at some sports stats like U of M football championships or,
Yes.
or all time U of M. I watch a lot of those, like all time hits leaders in baseball and all this shit
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever, right?
highlight reels.
No. They got the bars, and every year it
Oh,
goes by, and people creep up and creep down, and or teams will creep up, creep down.
right. It's
Anyway,
stats. You follow the stats
so
and
U
shit.
of M was like after so print like in football, college football,
Mm-hmm.
it was like Princeton and Harvard and shit for like the first 30 years, like from 1869 to 1900. And then U of M comes up and they're just winning all kinds of games and everything, and they take over and everything. Anyway, so he was born in 1913, which means by 1923 or 33, he would have been 30 years old during the Great Depression.
Right.
Oh, the beginning of the Great Depression, he was 20 years old.
By the
Make a
time
long
World War
story
II
short,
started, he was in his 40s, so he was too old.
um, I don't. So he was born in 1913, but here was the secret to his success,
Let
and
me
he was
hear.
pretty successful. But his wife at the time took all the money. Anyway, make a long story
Oh.
short, that's a whole nother story. But
Well, don't the women always end up with the money?
yeah, I guess
That's
so.
why I'm single, man.
But what? So, and I asked his little brother, my uncle, who was like maybe 5 or 6 years younger than him, or something like that. Uh,
Yeah.
and my uncle at the time's like 80 years old, sitting there talking to him, and I'm like, so how did he do it? And basically he said, oh, he just kind of pulled the I don't want to say a pyramid scheme, but like a triangle scheme. Like
He made money
he
off of
bought
other
one
people's
house, he
money.
sold it. He bought one house, he sold it. He took that money, bought two other houses,
Wow.
fixed one up or something, sold it, took that money, blah 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 blah. Right? And I'm
Right.
like, God, it's so simple. And because this town up here in Ann Arbor, it wasn't like super explosive in the 40s and 50s. Not like it is now. God, this like biggest college town in the country, but at the time back then it wasn't. And then he was telling me, oh, they had a fight between the university and all the small mom and pop shops that were downtown at the time in the 50s and 60s. And it was just like, oh shit.
Dude.
So anyway, but when he died, he had like fucking $1 million house and 20 properties and shit. But she basically, yeah. And then, so he had got married first. And that's where my ancestry comes from. My dad and my dad's
So
mom and shit. And then he got remarried in like the 70s to another woman because she
Uh-oh.
had passed away. And this other woman got everything. And anyway, and that's what it is, whatever. I mean, hey
Yeah.
man, I used to be pretty upset about that shit, but
Ain't nothing you do.
nothing I
Yeah.
can like I was way too young and nothing I
Look,
could do. So
I know two of my friends that like uh known since like the fifth grade, right?
mhm,
Uh their mom and daddy had busted up. She had married another man and busted up, and she was a little goofy,
mm,
a hypochondriac. She
mm,
took medicine,
mhm,
and she was always doctor shopping and shit. And she was one of them type mamas. And anyhow, just a few years ago, she was married to another guy, and she passed away. Well, I don't know, nothing about nothing, but I do know that the two boys didn't get shit. That guy sold everything, sold the house, took the money, and was gone like in 90 days, maybe 6 months after her passing. So, they don't say it, but you can tell they're real bitter about it,
mhm.
and they're afraid their father has married and been with this woman for a long time, and if she if he dies till she dies, she gets all
if
her his
if he
retirement.
dies, that all that money is hers. Fuck.
Right, right. According to the way it's set up here, right?
It
So
doesn't matter if you're the child, even. I think like it just goes to her after like
it goes straight into the spouses, and they
yeah, after
control it.
like 15 years or whatever. They're not gonna
So,
bat an eye about.
so all his money, unless he's got it designated in the will, they're cut out too on that end. And it's outsiders that married into the family, and then
Yeah, I
did what
know.
they did.
And even with a will and a
Yeah,
lawyer, half
yeah.
the time I don't think that shit works. It's like the judge
No,
will just go, "It's hers."
no. We dealt with this problem, because of the fucking family owns some stuff,
Well, I mean, yeah, no, actually,
and
you might be right. Yeah, if you really
I've had
take
my
your,
will since 2005. I went with my father. You go to a state or tax attorney and have them set your will up for, try to save you as much money and shit like that. You go writing them simple wills up and shit like that, that's when you get in trouble. Like you said, get hung up in court, because then there's a lot of questions you got to verify.
Mhm.
But if you've got your will done, and see, once you file your will, you can you can always add to it, change it up to the very last second. Like, somebody pisses you off and they don't deserve anything, like my two stepdaughters, they don't get nothing.
Well,
They don't get
they're
nothing.
stepdaughters. Fuck it. But
No,
anyway,
no. They they didn't they wasn't my blood kids,
they
right?
didn't earn it any right. No, I get it.
No,
That's
and this
exactly
was
what
the
I'm saying.
relation I had with them. As long they didn't mind that I was with their mom, as long as I didn't dare try to take the place of their father because he was dead.
Mhm.
So they had a lot of problems with that. So I never talked to them, and they talked to me first name. They never called me nothing other than my name, and So there was that big
Well,
barrier, right? So we've never
yeah,
closed.
that is kind of a barrier, sure.
Right. And
No,
I
it
didn't
is.
I didn't push it, man. You
I
know.
know, but that's a tough barrier to even try to want to cross. Or
Well, you
yeah,
just can't
you
you
did
gotta
exactly
respect
right.
it.
You let them be. You let them do their thing,
Yeah. I did.
and that's fine. That's great.
because
Really,
they wasn't little
that's the
kids.
best thing.
One of them was 11, and the other one was I think 14. So
Hmm.
they were pretty much kind of growed up by the time I come on the scene.
Right.
And anyhow, uh, because the guy died, I think the oldest daughter was 2 or 3 years old. Their daddy died, and the other one was like one or around 1 year old or
Yeah.
something. So she don't have no recollection, but the oldest did, and so
Well, and
you just
when you're
gotta
talking
you
about
gotta be
widows, like widows and stuff, that's completely different than a
well.
chick cheating on you and leaving you or whatever, right? It's completely different. Like
It's a
you
whole
picked up a
different.
widow. And
It's
that
a
was
whole.
very noble. That's very noble for you to do, you
Well,
know.
thank you, and I've had a lot of people come and say,
But you had,
don't
but you kind of had a follows, like you kind of had like they were.
they
Well,
had
she set
already
the
their
stage.
identity.
She had it with those ages. She set the stage.
What the thing was, the mother handled it right. If there was gonna be
Hmm.
an ass whooping, and she gave them ass whoopings, dude.
Well, how did she deal with you? Because I
Because
mean, she was a
because
widow. She was a widow with two kids.
right, but she understood that it was the only way me and her relationship had half a chance was that I should treat them like not friends, but not children either. Be respectful
Yeah,
of them.
kind of like you have to keep your distance.
Well, no, I'm just saying be respectful because it was very complicated, and
I
you
get it.
just
I get it, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're a little kid and your
it
dad,
wasn't your typical
and you
relationship,
got a
man.
stepdad, and I get it, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I not personally, but I know, dude. I grew up with people in the same situation.
yeah.
Like me and my friends would talk, like, oh, my mom is,
I took them out of a
or my
trailer
dad,
park.
or whatever, right? Anyway,
Look, within 2 years, I had took her out of a trailer park that she'd been living in for like 10 years. I got her
yeah.
9 acre piece of property, fenced.
Hmm.
Bought a big tractor, big finish mower, 9 acres. It looked like a
Well,
golf
so what
course.
happened? What happened?
Uh, it was it. This is complicated. I don't like talking about people problem.
Yeah, nobody's watching right now, so
Well, back then people didn't know it was that prevalent, but her and her sisters, and I think her brother, were all molested by their grandfather, their uncle,
oh
their
yeah.
daddy. It's one of them weird things. So I'm dealing with that
now,
problem, right?
now you're talking my language because I got somebody just like.
So I'm dealing with that problem. I'm dealing with the kids, right?
Hmm.
And I'm trying to just stay in the middle and not cause any problem
Hmm.
because I didn't realize my wife or ex wife was fucking deadly, insanely jealous because her
Of
father
who?
had warped her mind. I'm telling you, really fucked her mind
Oh,
up. Yeah, this is some deep shit. And but anyhow, so
like
I'm
like he
dealing with a
brainwashed her.
woman. Well, look, evidently when she was being molested, and all the way up to a certain period, uh, they were all threatened with death by their daddy if they ever told anybody, let anybody know what was going on. It was one of them fucking things, man. Some backward country shit.
Oh, okay, but he was dead, right? When you met her?
No, he's still fucking alive, but he did die later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he got out of the picture a long time ago because she broke it all up. She exposed him. She went to the sheriff's department and had him. I don't know if he got charged, arrested,
Made his
but I
life
do.
hell. Okay,
I do
that's
know.
fine.
I do know what happened was the whole family come down on her. She was like 17 or 18. And she was doing this, exposing him because he was going after the youngest one in the family. So she outed him. And then the whole family turned on her because they didn't want this shit to be out in public, right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So she went
No,
and withdrew her story and made up a story that she said she was mad at him because she had done something and he had whooped her or whatever, and that she made the story up. So by the time I'm with her and shit, she's fucking, you know,
yeah, no, I
out of it.
get it.
So I
Yeah,
dealt with that, and then after about 8 years, I said, "There's no fixing you." It's kind of like
yeah.
doing Groundhog Day. It was the same bullshit
Mm-hmm.
over and over. And I wasn't happy. She wasn't happy, and I was like, "Look, you do what the fuck you want to do. I'm fixing to leave." I said, "But go see your brother-in-law. He was big shot attorney." I said, "Get us a quickie divorce," and we got us a quickie divorce. I went my way. She went her way.
Yeah, yeah.
She took all her bills with her, all her hidden credit card debts that I didn't know about, and all that
Good.
bullshit.
Yeah, she can take the.
I told her, I
I ain't
said,
paying your fucking credit
"Fuck
card
no,
debt.
I wasn't paying that shit."
No. That was my
And the
second.
sad
That
thing
was my
is,
second good news. I wanted to tell you my
yeah,
second good news. I don't know if I did.
tell me.
Did I tell you my first good news?
Yeah, yeah. You told me the first. Tell me the second.
What was the first one?
Oh shit! God damn! I knew you were gonna say that after I done smoked the joint.
What was the first one?
It,
Uh,
what the fuck was it?
I didn't get fired.
No, no, no.
Even though
It's
maybe I want to at this point, but no. Um,
what was you you
what
were
was the
talking
first good
about
news?
something? Shit.
Okay, no, the first good news was dude, I got a 75-inch television.
Right. You told me about that.
Yeah, so I can either put it in my bedroom where it would fit nice. I'd like to leave it there.
I don't have a 75, but I got a decent one in my bedroom, and I
It's
hardly ever.
75. I know. I impulsive bought, but it was originally $1,200 and then it's marked down to mark minus 750. So I fucking bought that
Man,
shit. It
so
was the
you can
last
lay on
day.
the bed and watch the fucking
It was
basketball
the last
playoffs.
day it was on sale.
I,
I'm
where'd you
like,
get it? Walmart?
um, no, this grocery store up here.
Oh,
Um, Meyer.
Myers?
And yeah. So I had my brother come pick it up and take it to my house and everything. Still in the box anyway. Because all I had was this little tiny TV. Anyway, make a long story short.
You
The
gonna
second
freak?
good news,
Yeah.
even the better news than that. Well, first let me if I put this in my bedroom, it will totally complete the whole bedroom.
I'd do it.
I mean, no chick is not gonna walk in there and be like, "Oh, can we just hang out?" you know. But the second good news was, I had this fucking. I came in from smoking a cigarette at work. Come back in through the store, and I'm like, "Hey, you gonna come to my barbecue?" She's like, "Yeah, when is it?" And she threw me off guard. I'm like, I don't know when it is." So now I have to fucking host a barbecue.
So you got to scramble for the barbecue.
Uh, I mean, she's like a 5 out of 10 or something.
Man,
But
it's better
she's
than being
young.
alone, dude.
Dude, she's like a 20-year-old, like 2021. I'm thinking, God damn, I'm not trying to sound creepy or anything, but
Hey,
dude,
man.
the
As long
older
as
these
I
women
guess
get,
as long as it's legal. I mean, who's to judge?
oh yeah,
You know.
as long as that, and the older these women get, dude, the more bitter and fucking high standards and all. These girls are looking at me with fucking big ass eyeballs, and I'm like, okay. So
Dude,
I know I got my shit going on. So
I'd be doing it, man. In my 40s, most definitely, I'd be banging 25, 20, 30-year-olds, stuff like that.
yeah.
But
Anyway, now I have to fix up this whole house, and I got to do it quick. So
you
either
know,
I got to do it
hey,
myself.
hey, do you know any meth heads you could hire to clean your house up, man? With them tweakers, they'll
Uh,
clean that motherfucker up in no time, dude.
really? Just for like
Yeah.
$20? Like, come clean my house.
Nah,
Come do all this yard
you
work
probably
for
had to
20
come up
bucks.
enough to buy an 8 ball or something for them.
Oh, is that the trick? I got to fucking hire a crackhead.
Not a crackhead. Get you a damn meth head. Them motherfuckers, they tweaking
Method.
and they'll polish shit and clean shit and
Is
they
that
get off in
is that
their
it?
own. Man, I used to
That
watch
was
it.
that was exactly the answer I was looking for.
All right.
What a show.
I seen a tweaker one time on a job site. I walked around, I was doing something, I was their foreman. And this guy was polishing the inside of his adjustable crescent wrenches and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at him and I passed by and I come back. He was still working on that same crescent wrench in that same spot 5 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
I eased down there. I said, "Look, man, you might want to try to do something else beside that because you look like a fucking tweaker." And I said, "I ain't got no problem with it, but they might be somebody that does." And I said, "You don't even realize you're fucking like a sore thumb." He was my best worker for me after that. I had looked after him. He was like fucking loyal. And he he was a trip. But you want people to clean your house, you get them motherfuckers. They have the windows polished and
They'll do all kinds of shit for you, huh?
yeah, but they won't do a goddamn thing at their house. But they come to your house. I heard two meth heads a couple years ago. I gave them enough for them to buy an 8 ball. I knew what the price of an 8 ball was, and I told them I'll
Like
buy the bleach.
150,
Well, I
150
went
or
and
something.
bought all the supplies, got the pressure washer from somebody, and I gave them enough money. I think it was $250. They washed my house, my windows, and it took them one day. And them motherfuckers never turned their floodlights off for the next 3 weeks, man. They was tweaking bad. Oh, that's how you can tell tweakers. You know those spotlights that you got on your house?
Mm-hmm.
They'll leave them on 24/7. I don't know if that's some kind of a bat signal or, I don't know.
Well, I mean, probably working all through the night shit or something.
No, but why don't they turn it off in the daytime?
Uh,
They don't turn it off, period, dude. I've seen motherfuckers,
maybe they just forget. I don't know. That's
dude.
not. That's it's not really costing you anything in an electric bill,
When
but
you got down here three, I think they're 150-watt bulbs on each corner of the house. You add them up, they're all running. I know motherfuckers, tweakers that ended up running $1,000 electric bill between the air conditioner and leaving the lights on in every house, in every room.
oh no, they'll run the heater, they'll run the AC with windows open.
They're crazy.
That's that's apartment mentality. I don't know what they're doing. And then they move into a house, and that's what happens. A lot of problems are caused between the landlord, who's like, you got to pay for this shit. It's $450. I can't pay for this. What's going on? Well, because you leave your goddamn windows and door open all day
I seen,
in the middle of winter. In the middle of winter, like zero, like 10 degrees outside, like super cold. like
I,
it's like, you gotta pay the bill, man. Come on.
hey
I don't
man,
have to pay it. And that's where all this fucking grief comes from.
we got some ghetto logic right down the road from me, man. Got this crackhead. He quit paying his electric bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went somewhere and stole a power meter and brought it to his house and put it back in and started getting electricity. Well, evidently somebody rode by and seen it with the electric company and he got busted. So he got charged with it for theft of utilities. He went to jail. I think it's been about 3 years. He's still in that goddamn trailer with no electricity. But he got money to buy crack. And he's got one of them big Bubba trucks with like 38s on it.
Mm-hmm.
That big jacked up truck. He got money for all that shit, but he got no money for electricity. He run two of his generators into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to tell him, man. Shit. Just
That's
fucking pay
ghetto
the.
logic. That's crackhead logic, man.
Yeah. It
It
ends
don't
up,
make sense to us, but it makes sense to them.
you you burn up two generators. They're like $2,500 a piece.
He burnt two of them up,
It's
dude.
$5,000 right there.
He burnt two of them up. Run them so hard, so long, they just fucking give up.
Yeah.
He lived on two generators not around the clock, but like at nighttime, he'd crank it up for air conditioning and shit.
Sure.
He had one running for his air conditioner and the other one running his trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But no, nothing gets between him and that crack pipe. I've seen it all here, dude. I've seen
You talked to
crazy.
DJ lately?
Uh, Texting in chat a little bit the other day. I dropped a few things and he made a comment and I made a comment back. I don't know where he's at today. Well, what happened to Evil Betty? She never showed up. Hmm. Well, dude, you gotta go to work in the morning, don't you? Oh, you muted. All right.
No, yes, I do actually. That's I
I'm
can't
saying
really stay on. I can't really stay on that much longer.
I'm fixing to
Betty.
shut it down. I'm tired, man.
Okay, okay. I just let you know. Betty never showed up. I've been watching this guest button for hours
Yeah.
now. I think, or an hour. Anyway, DJ. No, he's alive. I just got a message back from. Uh,
Okay.
no, everybody's fine. Just
He works some weird hours, so it's hard. I don't know. He does some type of delivery, driving
I don't
trucks
think
or
he
something.
works. I don't. I don't.
Well, he goes around the country doing shit, hauling
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll go do videos and
Go see a friend down in Florida or Mississippi or Arkansas. He gets around.
yeah. He'll find a pack of coyotes and be like, "This is just 400 feet off my lawn." Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Fucking coyotes. Okay, all right.
I told him to
Well,
get
like who hasn't seen them before?
get him some fucking frozen bagels and shit. Start feeding that bear, man. Turn him into a pet. Oh,
Yeah, I should start. I should start dogging them and be like, "Hey, take me up in the mountains. Take a trip
well,
up in the mountains."
I'm joking about it because I think there's a federal law you can't feed a bear. It's too dangerous once you start messing with them.
No, you should. No, no, you're not supposed to. Don't feed the bears.
Y'all have
Don't
black
feed the
bear up
bears.
there, don't y'all?
Yeah, that's all we got. Or
See, we got black bear down here, the little ones, not the big giant bears.
Michigan, dude. There's like no poisonous snakes. There's no poisonous spiders. There's no poisonous anything, and there's no
But
like.
you got mosquitoes, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, we got them, but there's no cougars. There's no cougars. There's no bears.
No
In
wolves.
fact, I work with a guy. He did 30 years in the like the DNR, the Department of Natural Resources or whatever.
Yeah.
And he wandered around all up in the UP for like 30 years. He saw a bear twice and he said, "Oh, the bears were just eating berries. They didn't give a shit about me." Because I was asking him about like Bigfoot. I'm like, "Hey, is Bigfoot up there?" And he's like, "No, no, I saw two bears." And he did this his whole life,
Yeah.
30 years,
Yeah.
just walking through trails, this trail, that trail, making sure that I don't know, maybe making sure there was no garbage or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck he did, but
Sound like that was a cool job to have, man.
yeah, fuck, why not? I
I'd like to
mean,
get paid to go walk around in the woods and look for shit.
yeah, that's what he did. And he's like, I saw a bear twice, 30 years. They were
I've
just
never
eating berries. He said they were just eating berries. They didn't even pay no attention to me. He said. I was like, oh, that's funny as hell.
I've seen a lot of animals down here, but I ain't seen a bear, but they're here. They're that shy of people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got them over in Florida too, which is weird because I don't know where the fucking Florida bear can go.
Oh man, them big swamps and shit they got.
No, the whole goddamn state is nothing but fucking developed. Like you got to go really inland for a. I
Yeah.
mean, the
I
whole
th-
coast. You want to talk about the coast? Just forget about it.
Dude, I lived in Mayport, Florida in 85 and 6, part of 84, 85,
Where
something like that. Mayport, Florida, when I was in the Navy, right?
is that on the east or west?
That's on the East Coast, south of Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
It's the
I got
naval base between Jacksonville and Daytona.
you. Okay.
And it's the a deep water port where they can handle aircraft carriers. So there's always two aircraft carriers there, a couple in aircraft carrier groups up in Norfolk. But anyhow,
No, because
that
the
per-
U.S. Army only has like 7 or 8 overall.
what the Navy?
Well,
Talking about
maybe
what?
now, maybe in '86 they probably had. I don't know.
We had
I mean,
500 something ships back in.
well,
Uh,
500 total, but how many aircraft carriers? You said you
let's
had two
see.
of them.
Wait a second. I'll tell you. It was one, two, three, four. I think 5 or 6 on the East Coast, and I think there was more on the West Coast, like 12 aircraft
Okay,
carrier.
all right, yeah, back in the '80s.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay, but they got a lot less now. But I
no
mean,
shit.
it
We're
doesn't
less than
matter.
two.
They got the technology to back it up, right?
Well, I
They
hate to
got
say it.
sensors and
Navy is for other than the submarines, the whole surface fleet is just for show. Technology has passed them on by. You
hmm.
got eyes in the sky. You got missiles that can fly great
Yeah, right,
distances.
right.
And let me tell you, I've been
It's
in
for
shit.
bravado.
I've been in shit on a ship, and there's one goddamn thing you can't do. You can't hide.
No, you're stuck on a boat.
Where you gonna go?
Exactly. I know,
So and
dude.
now you
This
got
is why I
ships
didn't
and
ever
try.
join the armed forces. Now,
Hey,
looking back, I wish I had because I think I would have been way better off, but I
but the
didn't.
technology
But
changed so much that with the drones and all this shit, your surface fleet is just one big fucking target. That's all it is. And the Chinese has got the shit to do it. Russians has got the shit to do it. And we got the shit to do it. We can
I
fucking wipe
agree. But
anybody's surface fleet out.
The U.S. ain't like that. I mean, they gonna have.
We don't even have 200, barely 200 ships, dude. Fighting
That's
ships.
all they need, man. They got the technology, dude. One, one.
That's the only thing that's saving our ass. We create the leading edge of whatever in military and science and technology
They
and
got
all
one
that.
plane. They got one plane that can defend that whole shit. Ain't nobody coming near it with a few planes flying around it. You know.
Those days is over with, dude. Drones. You can
Well,
swarm shit. You can
okay,
make them
but
expand. Look, when
it
you're
ain't
on
gonna
a
sink an
ship,
aircraft carrier. A little drone
oh
ain't gonna
yeah,
sink an
oh
air.
yeah, it'd be real
I mean,
easy, dude.
they could try,
Dude,
or you know.
it's easy to do. It's so fucking easy. Due to the type of concussion waves, see, it's amplified in the water where it dissipates quickly in the air. You know, within a mile or so, the concussive wave dissipates, right? And I'm talking about nuclear blasts. I'm talking like maybe 4 miles, 5 miles, something like that.
Well, no, you're
And then
talking.
conventional weapons, you're stepping back to where airburst bombs are kind of inefficient, where you can take a torpedo or a guided surface missile, hit right, don't even hit the ship, right? You hit right where the sweet spot is for that missile to explode and send a concussive wave into the ship, and you'll fracture the keel of the ship. And when that happens, the ship breaks in half. And that was, that's how you sink a fucking big ship. You break the keel. You don't try to blow it up. And it only takes a torpedo or two in the right spot, and it explodes. It's got a distant, what they call a proximity fuse. That's a
Mm-hmm.
magnetic uh, pickup. And when it senses a strong enough magnetic field, it will explode, and it never touches the ship. And they use the physics of moving water and that wave into the ship, and they just crack it like an egg. You know, when you
Yeah.
see World War II movies and they're dive bombing and they doing all that shit, that ain't how it is anymore. It's all done with missiles and
No,
torpedoes
I
and
get
shit.
that. I get that.
Yeah,
100%. I get that.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
mean,
But what I'm saying is, you're so exposed now. You got satellites, GPS, you got tracking. You you can calculate and send a missile clear around the world, like from one ship's on the say in the Mediterranean, right?
mm-hmm,
And they got something going on in the Indian Ocean.
mm-hmm.
Well, this guy's got info. This ship, he could take charge of the ship in the Indian Ocean and fire missiles at things that they can't even see before it comes to them, right? Before the radar picks it up. That's how,
Yeah.
that was the technology was going. They called it Aegis system back in the day. It's done leapfrog multi times.
I remember Aegis system. Yep.
Yeah, the Aegis cruiser, the USS Yorktown, I think was the first one. They helped us when we went and blew up Muammar Gaddafi's bass boats when he sent them out to blow us up, and we blew his shit up.
Well, reports are saying that China has a bigger navy than we do. Not as powerful. I'm not saying as powerful,
it's
just
not
bigger.
quality. And the other
It's
thing
not
is,
quality. No, you're right.
that's the only
I'm
thing.
just
We got
saying
better
bigger,
quality.
not more powerful.
There's just more targets to shoot at. Look at it that way.
Mhm.
You can't hide. Like I said, the naval warfare is over with. You got we got shit up in the space satellite that can send shit down. It's up there. Why you think they're sending them fucking rockets up, man? And they don't say what's on them. And they're sending them up. They have a pat answer. They call them satellites. We've got so many satellites circling this earth now. They've run out of purposes other than they're for weapons.
Oh,
Mathematically, I'm
that's
serious.
probably true. That's
It
that's
is
probably
true.
true.
So we got shit up there that nobody knows about. And we don't know about. I'm sure they got lasers because we already got lasers on ships that can blow missiles up miles and miles away and blow up any plane that comes within, the power of that beam. It'll take it out. That's reality. That's already here. And if they can put it on a ship, why can't they put that shit up in the fucking space and use it to kill other people's satellites, like China? You shut their eyes off. See, that's what's going on up there. That we'll
Mm.
blind them. If they ever do anything to us, we will shut their information down, and they know it. Why you think they're racing to go to space? They're trying to get their shit up there.
Mhm.
They're trying to get all their shit up there to protect their country. So
No, I get that. I get
instead of the nuclear missile race back when I grew up, that it was
that.
in the
Yeah,
news, in the
yeah,
paper. They were talking about what was it, a missile lag or something. Supposedly Russia had like 2,000 more nuclear missiles than we did.
yeah.
So it
Right.
was all bullshit. You know, we knew how many they had. They knew how many, but they had to sell it to the American public that there was this problem. And that was one of the other things that Kennedy wanted to shut down was that scam, and that was one of the reasons he had to go. He was in the way of a lot of money.
Well, hey, brother.
All right,
I'm gonna
later
end.
on, bro.
I'm
Take
gonna
care.
end the show, but I want to thank you because, uh, if there weren't people signing up for the Navy, and yeah, I was a little too late and all
It doesn't
this.
matter,
I had
man.
some other shit going on in my life and
Look,
whatever. But
if we
look,
get
if
in a complete war, dude, it's gonna be all hands on deck. If it's all out like China and shit, we
man,
all gonna have to serve the country in some capacity. We're gonna go to
oh,
work.
let them invade me. I will be
No,
the
hell
first
no,
one with the.
man. Kill them
Anyway,
all, man.
no, it's
Kill them
just I
all.
was
Let
just trying
God
to thank
sort it
you.
out.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
was just trying
appreciate
to
it.
thank you because
No, no. Finish your
um
story about your uncle with the grandfather with the Bronze Star. What did he do to get the Bronze Star?
oh uh oh yeah, my grandpa. Um yeah, so I went down to Florida
Yeah,
and my mom actually put the videos up on YouTube. So I can send you a
yeah.
link.
Send one in Discord.
Okay.
But yeah,
Um
what did he do?
so yeah, he got a purple heart and a brown star and I know so he got captured, right? But
Right?
he was only like 5'1" or no, he was taller than 5'3", 5'4",
Yeah.
and he slipped off the truck. I don't know, and then he saved a bunch of his buddies, like got shot up or something, and was carrying them back to the medics and shit or something,
He
some
got
shit like
shot
that,
up.
man. Huh?
Where was he fighting? Europe?
Korea.
Korea. Oh, that's right, Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And he got shot up and had to get taken out.
No, I don't think he got. I don't think he got shot, but he did say like a grenade went off,
Yeah.
or they had thrown a grenade or some bomb or something, and so he was kind of deaf this whole.
Oh.
He was kind
Well,
of
I tell
deaf
you
the whole
what,
time.
Bronze
But
Stars are for valor in combat.
yeah, I don't know what level Brown Stars. I guess there's different
I
levels,
don't know. You got
but I don't
attachments
care. I
depending
don't
on
care
if
what
you're
level.
army or whatever.
I don't.
But
To
anyhow,
me, it don't matter. To me, it don't
no,
matter. I mean, goddamn, you got a brown star, man,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
and a purple heart. He
That's
got a
what I'm
purple heart
saying. A
too.
Bronze Star is a huge. If you're not in the military, you really don't have no relation. Th- That's
Yeah, I
head.
don't. I don't. I don't.
Look,
So help me out.
okay. Look, Bronze Star, Silver Star. Then you go to Congressional Medal of Honor. Or
Hmm.
no, I'm sorry. You can get the Navy Cross or whatever the equivalent award for Army,
Well,
and
he was in
then,
the army.
huh?
He was in the army.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it's called, but see, you got bronze, silver, Navy Cross, and then the only one above that is the Congressional Medal of Honor. So
It's
that's
probably pretty
how high a Bronze
but
Star is.
it's got to be pretty universal, right? Like whether
Yeah,
you're in the Navy or the
it doesn't
army or
matter. That is for
yeah,
it's called Valor in Combat, where he showed courage. He did things that most people might have not would have done,
yeah.
and he got recognized for it. He took a huge risk, I'm sure, or whatever was going on. But yeah, it's like I said, people hear Bronze Star think Bronze Star. They don't understand what it's attached to, and it's all about valor and combat. It's it's a serious, and it's highly respected among military. That's
Uh,
why he got that big send off from the military.
Wow.
because
What you just said kind of brought a tear to my eye because
he by getting the Bronze Star, he got awarded that type of funeral. That's the respect those guys get, right?
yeah, he did get it too.
All right, bro. Talk to you later. Have a good
All
night.
right, man. Appreciate
Bye
you.
bye.
I love
All
you.
right, man.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right. Peace. Bye.